Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Red Zone Broly event, but we're going to be taking a look at how you can beat the Red Zone Broly event in less than 8 turns. So that's one of the mission challenges. It's been a pretty hard mission for a while. I think, Movie Bosses was the best team and still is the best team to do this. There's a couple outlying units, but I think the majority exist on the Movie Heroes team, and I think with Gohan, that's just become more apparent rather than less apparent, if that makes sense. But you know what, like I don't want to jinx or say anything, but yeah, I think it's definitely still the Movie Heroes, and I think it will be for a while. But yeah, Movie Heroes is pretty solid as a team for this. I think they have a lot of the best units. They also have a lot of good type advantages, and defensively they can handle the quick ramp up. One of the things with doing these events so quickly, in 8 turns, is you don't have a lot of time to ramp things up. You don't have a lot of time to stack defense. You don't have a lot of time to do some of these things. So it is to a certain extent super important when you're doing this event that you are possibly going to have units that can handle the defensive load without having time to really ramp up their defense. In terms of the team here, obviously, as I mentioned, the heroes category, but there's a couple crucial units I think you need to have. I think having 2 God, Goku, and Vegetas would be perfect, but if you can't handle 2 of them, then you can, of course, just use the 1 like I am, but using 2 would definitely be better. But using 1 is also viable. You don't need to have 2 to secure victory, but having 2 would definitely make victory a lot easier. I also think having the Super Saiyan God Goku as tank is also mandatory. Having the Carnival Goku is debatable, I want to say, but I definitely think you need the Super Saiyan God Goku just to have that very, very secure tank. I think helps out a lot. And then from there, I think those would be what I would say are mandatory units. I think Gogeta does help. I think like a lot of these units do help, but I think you could technically replace them with a lot. But I think you need the gods. The gods do an insane amount of damage, especially in his AGL phase. So I think you need them probably the most. They would probably say, I would say, to replicate this team, they're like the only mandatory unit. Them and the Super Saiyan God Goku. So let's talk about the team. Oh, AGL Gogeta is probably also, I would say, pretty mandatory. Very, very strong unit, exceptional. So yeah, I think that is what I would consider the majority of the team. I think. So to start off from the top, obviously we're using the AGL Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, very strong unit. I think a lot of people have overlooked them for a while, and now people are really respecting them, which I think is good. They deserve respect. They're not in any way, shape, and form bad. And I think they're great. They help a lot with the strength phases as well. So having them does help quite a lot there, which I think really helps out. Considering there's 2 strength phases, having 2 really strong AGL units like Gogeta and like the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, I personally think helped out tremendously in getting this challenge done on time. So they helped me out a lot. AGL Gogeta, as I've mentioned, possibly the only other mandatory unit. He is just huge when it comes to damage. Guaranteed crits, transforms nice and early into the run now. And yeah, again, helps out with the double AGL phase. Obviously effective against all types in all phase, but really helps out in clearing some of these phases big time, which I think is super important. Beyond that, Carnival Goku does help a lot, being that secondary tank is huge. The revive, not so much. I think if you pop the revive, you're probably not making it on time. I know that sounds really bad, but yeah, you're probably not making it on time if you pop the revive. So as much as it's like, yay, the revive helps, I think if you're using it, you're probably not gonna get the victory anyway, because you for him to pop the revive, you either popping it at the end of the turn or at the beginning of the turn. It's just, I think the revive's not the most important part, but he does decent damage. Obviously effective against all types after he's been hit, and having another first tank slot that does actually really good damage like Goku is not something I'm gonna complain about. Gogeta, Goku, the tech Gogeta, probably the unit you can replace the most. The heal helps. I'm not gonna lie and say the heal does not help. The heal helps a lot, but and the forcing super attacks helps a lot, like 100%. But also, depending on dupes, the damage could be a little bit low. I would though see what else you have in terms of damage. Strength Vegeta could be good. The Strength Vegeta. I know a lot of people don't like him because of the fact that his guard's not guaranteed. But in an event where you're going speed, his damage is pretty decent. It's just the last phase. He will be either your success or your bane, basically, because he's either going to take huge damage or he's not. So, so that's probably it when I'd say like mandatory. Mystic Gohan's very, very good. So you can definitely run Mystic Gohan. You could run Piccolo as well. Pan I wouldn't really run. If I'm honest, Pan's not really a unit that I think running is going to help you out big time. She helps out, but because she can't actually activate her, like, defense, because she can't evade, it's not really like this huge defensive kind of like ability. She's not big on damage. I would just say she's probably okay where she is, to be honest with you. I don't think she's really a huge buff onto the stage, realistically. You could bring the physical Ella Gogeta, the physical one. That would also be decent, I would say. You could bring the Piccolo, I've already mentioned. You could bring Strength Piccolo, I guess, instead of Ella Carnival Goku. But you need some damage. Like, the main thing I would say is, if you're going to replace any of these units, they need to match the output of damage. So it's not so much anything else. As long as they can match the damage, then it's like, cool, you're good to go. If they can't match the damage, then it's like, I wouldn't really suggest it, basically. You're saving all the active skills for this AGL phase, especially if you need to be at the AGL phase at turn 6. If you are at the AGL phase at turn 6, you got a big chance. Like, you're not gonna, you could still fail, but if you get there at turn 6, you got a big chance. Doing all the damage in one turn, I think, is too close call. If you've got two god units and they end up being in the same turn, you can use both actives, and you could definitely blow them up in one turn. But I would say, to play it safe, you want to get you by turn 6. Get you by turn 6, and then we can talk, and then I think you're looking pretty good. That's at least from me, that's what I would say. But yeah, I'm not the only like person you should be considering for this. But yeah, I would say turn 6 is good, and then you pop all the active skills. Use everything, absolutely everything you got. Active skills, everything. If you can, try and get the like, how can I say it? Try and get the morale boost with the Goku and Vegeta. It would help like a lot, and I think it's something that, at least for me, is really good. I know some people again don't really like it necessarily, but yeah, I think it's pretty easy to get, and I would suggest getting it. That's me. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right, who knows, but I would 100% suggest getting it. It's just gonna be the best thing for you. So yeah, make sure that you get the morale boost. Use Gohan's active skill as well. Nice big damage that attacks effective against all types. Really helps him out. Try and also have a Whis on hand, just so you don't die to the damage from Broly. Like, I know it's all cool that you're doing it fast, but yeah, you trying to not die. If you're comfortable with your defense, you really want to take a gamble, bring an attack buff. Pop like a Bulma or something, bring an attack buff if you're quite confident that you're not going to die. And then you'll definitely be good to go. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, be aware of that. Yeah, be like, yeah, maybe I want to bring a damage buff. It could help you. It's just going to depend on your defense. I would say if you have Carnival Goku and Super Saiyan God Goku, and you have two, of the LR, of the Goku Vegeta LR, I would say you could definitely gamble it, and you might see some better results. Like you might make it with pretty much minimal effort, which obviously would be great. So yeah, I would say that's probably it when it comes to all the strats that I can give you. And yeah, obviously I hope you guys have some good victory. If not, just try again. I failed this, I think, twice. So it needs a little bit of luck, of course, with crits and things like that. Getting morale boost, first slot units, first turn units. There's a lot of stuff like that. Small factors that kind of play into it. But overall, I think this will work. If you're doing this, this should work. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. And of course, see you guys in the next one. Bye.